I'm Nancy Sullivan, the librarian at McDaniel High School. I'm so excited that you all are here. This is really fun. I don't know if some more people are going to come because I heard there's no parking, but I think we have the people that we knew were coming. So tonight's slam is the qualifying event for Verslandia, the all city high school poetry slam. Our top 2 point getters tonight will go on to represent our school at Verslandia, and the third top point getter will be our alternate, just in case something happens, because sometimes things happen. I hope that all of you will join us at Verslandia on the 25th of this month. Hi, guys. Okay, I have a few announcements. Hopefully everyone has signed in, but if not, please do so before you leave. There are QR codes like strewn about everywhere. And that's for everyone, adults and students. Restrooms are around the corner to the right if you need those. If you want to order one of these amazing t-shirts that were designed by our graphic design department, please do. There's an order form on the front counter there where lovely Kelly Gomez is holding that up. We would like a copy of all the poetry performed here tonight so that we can publish it in our zine if you're willing, poets. So hopefully that will happen. Isabel, who's also the timekeeper and is waving her, what is that thing called? Mallet? Yeah. Is the zine editor and the timekeeper. And actually, while we're on timekeeping, this is what you'll hear if you get to 3 minutes. Okay? That means wrap it up. It's a xylophone. Okay, during intermission, we'd like to get a photo of all MHS alumni, so Madison and McDaniel, staff and students up here on the stage. And thank you to the Sun program for providing those yummy sandwiches and also treats during intermission. I know, they're so great. Our poets understand that due to the nature of poetry, each word chosen should be neither extraneous nor gratuitous. It is never our intention to offend. That being said, this is an uncensored event. Tonight's hashtag is hashtag MHS Poetry Slam in case you want to post about it. But let's post quietly and take a moment to silence our phones now. Where even is my phone? Okay, let's silence our phones, people. All right. Okay, remember, points are not the point. The point is poetry. Everyone who gets up here tonight is super brave, and so we want to give them lots of love and applause. And now I'm going to turn it over to Shaba, our MC. Thank you, Shaba.
How's everyone doing tonight? That sounded so dead. Please give me, let's try it one more time. How is everyone feeling tonight? All right. I don't remember, do high schoolers still drink coffee?
Yes.
Drink more. All right, so welcome to the 19th annual MHS McDaniel's, AKA Madison High School Poetry Slam. I'm your MC, Shaba Woodley. I want to thank you all for coming. Our poets, our slammers, have 3 minutes each to perform an original poem. The students competing in this slam are the winners from 9th grade English classes and other poets from our entire student body. It takes courage to get up here in front of you all, so let's be sure we are supportive of all of our poets today, and that we give them a huge round of applause on the way up to the mic and after their performances. The points are not the points. The point is the poetry, but we are having a competition and we have a panel of esteemed judges, and let's talk about them a little bit. All right. Everyone look over there. Now, if I say any names wrong, please yell it and yell at me and say you're wrong, okay? All right, first we got Jalise Hyder. Raise your hand. Judge number 1. Jalise is a Kashmiri poet and fiction writer, writing in English. He was born and raised in Srinagar. All right. And is currently based in Portland, Oregon. His work primarily focuses on alienation, loss, and dissent under occupation. Round of applause for them, please. Number 2, Serendipity Lang. Raise your hand. Serendipity is a McDaniel alum who began their poetry career winning her first ever slam in her junior year, and the following year placing in the top 5 of the poets in the city championship, Firstlandia. Since finding a beautiful community of support through the local poetry community, Serendipity has gone on to perform at one of the oldest poetry cafes, Nuyorican Poets Cafe. Good stuff. All right, next. Huh? Oh, okay. Next, we have Melanie Pagan. Raise your hand. Melanie is a professional writer and editor who has been published in national and regional publications. She's also an actor and a dancer, and she's currently working on her first screenplay. That's pretty cool. Next, we have Daniel Nie. Daniel is a writer and translator. His critically acclaimed crime novels, Beijing Payback and Take No Names, were both Editor's Choice selections in the New York Times Book Review. His nonfiction writing has appeared in the New York Times, the Washington Post, and Esquire. He grew up in Portland, and he is allergic to eels. All right, give it up to being allergic to eels. Let's go. All right, next, my friend. I was actually talking about Nancy. No, I'm joking. Sabah Salim. Sabah is a political consult, public affairs specialist, and community organizer, working to create institutional change in local government through policy. At the Oregon Advocacy Commission's office, she works to support Black, Hispanic, AA, and HPI, and women Oregonians through legislative advocacy, community partnership, research, and leadership development. Sabah serves as a board member of Snowcap, a nonprofit working to provide food, clothing, advocacy, and other safety net services to our neighbors in need. She also serves as an advisory board member and a DEI committee member to World Oregon, a nonprofit connecting people, places, and issues, shaping our global future. Her greatest achievement so far is that this morning she ate 17 tacos in one sitting. I've seen her do it. Yeah, and she's an alum. She says that's a lie, but it's more than that. It's like 25 tacos. Anyway, give it up for her. Round of applause. Next, we have Nicole Jackson. Raise your hand. Nicole is a youth poet from Portland, Oregon. She was the winner of the McDaniel Poetry Slam and Verslandia champion in 2022. Ooh. She then went on to become the Slamlandia Grand Slam poet that same year and represented Oregon at the Blackberry Peach National Poetry Slam in Florida, being the youngest in the competition to make the final stage and place in the top 10 poets. Nicole uses poetry to tell her truth in hopes of inspiring young creatives and speaking for those who can't. Round of applause. And again, thank you to all the poets. All the judges. All right. So next, now let's welcome our sacrificial poet to the mic. Please. No, actually, it's blank. Oh. Anyone? Anyone? I have to make up one on the spot. It will be terrible. I mean, I didn't say it was going to be that terrible, yeah. If we're still friends after this, you'll give me a good score. Okay. Let's see. Miss Sullivan? What can I say about Miss Sullivan? Yes. She is cool like a wind in a hot summer. And she's nice like winds in the hot summer. And also, like a hot summer, it's nice. And that is my poem. Thank you. Please, please. See, I got a 9 already. Yeah. You see a 10, right? That's a 10, right? Yeah, that's a 10. 0. So, Saba, you're giving me a 0? You're dead to me. 4. Actually, this is the way it's going to work. I'm going to start from Judge 1 and go all the way down. So, Judge 1 when you're ready. I got a 2.8, 0.5, ooh, 9.0. My favorite actor right there. I got a 10, and I got 0. That's out of 1,000. And then I got 4.0. And then the folks in the back, the math gods over there, will do their math. Then we'll play some music while that's happening. Uh-huh. And then you guys get to look at me. And it's a great sight. Music will go on for a while. And then yeah? This is practice, everyone. We're not perfect yet. We'll get there. And then I'll say, stop the music. Stop the music. The music is stopped. Yes, yes. While they're thinking. And then we'll get there. I'm very confident about this. Listen, I only do it once a year, okay? But it's the best time of the year. It's like Christmas, but for poets. All right. Let's see. All right. Correct. And so we just go straight into the next poet. Yeah. All right. We're going to start the night off. And I want you guys to be especially enthusiastic about the first poet. It takes a lot of courage to come up here, and let's start the night. Exactly. I was the sacrifice. Okay. The first poet of the night, Lady X.
I have a dream too. Why are we still dreaming? Why are we still asleep? Why do we say one day and someday? This dream, deferred for more than 5 centuries, snatched from the motherlands, hands bounded by chains, linked together, they still had each other. In a foreign place, all alone, told that this is their new home. Movement after movement after movement, still little changed. Why should I have to sit and wait for the day that... But yeah, I'll dream. I'll dream of a day when you all come to realize and look deep inside to find out what was wrong with you, to think that there was something wrong with me. This will be the day when my people come to say that we are done, to no longer be victimized or despised. My ancestors had dreams and I'm the wildest of them. While we're still dreaming, there is so much hatred, war and poverty. So y'all better wake up.
All right, thank you for that poem. Again, one more round of applause for being the first poet up here. Now, we're waiting for the judges. During this time, I want to thank the math geniuses, Michael Johannes and Stephanie Saucier. Saucier, yeah. Raise your hands, come on, give them a better round of applause, come on. All right, Mikal, and I knew that. I'm a terrible person. All right, are we ready, judges? All right, judge number 1, 9.4. Judge 2 is 8. Judge 3, 8. Judge 4 is 8. Judge 5 is 8.8. And Judge 6 is 7.5. All right. Now it's time for our next poet of the night. Emily Blacker.
Play girl? Yes. Thank you. Hello. This is the first time I've performed poetry in a really, really long time, but I still love it very much, so I don't have it memorized. I just finished this today, so I hope you enjoy. I haven't written poetry in months, on account of junior year making me do stunts. Or maybe it was the seasonal depression that made me lose that connection. Suddenly, I had lost my love for poetry. It seemed my spark for art had fizzled out, at least that's what I saw. And it left me so confused. For the last few months, I've been studying the human body, writing longer and longer papers, and competing in speaking and debating, printing and making. Still, I figured I was losing my relationship with art. Despite my neuroscience book telling me what I already know, art comes in a multitude of forms. Then my dad uttered it himself, coughing on the couch, art comes in a multitude of forms. Yes, art spills right out of me, but for once in my life, I was at a loss for words. All these encouraging faces around me, yet I was speechless. In fact, I was drowning, but water flows. People stay. I see it every day. Something as small as a smile, a wave, can make all the difference. These everyday reminders that we are in fact humans, we are in fact people, and we do in fact care. I got so caught up in the mechanisms, so swamped with work, too analytical and too hopeful. But the smiles, the waves, bring me back. Bring me back to a place where I'm sure I have a place in this world. And I can remind myself and others that life exists beyond this building, and I found my voice again. Thank you.
Thank you again, Emily. All right. What's the name of this song? I'm kind of digging it. Hold on. Okay. Well, if you play something I know, I might sing it. Would you guys like to hear me sing tonight?
Yes, 100%. Do it.
Yes? Yeah, okay. Later. Are you ready? All right, the judges are ready. Judge number 1, 8.7. Judge number 2, 7.8. Judge number 3, 6.8. Judge number 4, 7.6. Judge number 5, 6.5. And judge number 6, 7.5. All right. We're off to a great start. All right, so the next poet, Ren.
I am 10 years old and a bullet is lodged between my index finger and my thumb. The metal reflects moonlight shine off my fingers. They are clean. Across from me, the old man smiles. He has taught me there are 5 segments to a rifle, the 7 steps to building a cartridge, along with the proper way to clean a copper canister with just the right amount of gunpowder. I no longer know how to make bullets. Those skills passed the same time he did, along with my trust in anyone else to hold a gun. My grandpa hunted deer, not people. But then again, that comparison's not fair. Our right to hold arms was made in a time when muskets took full minutes to bear before the Chamber of Senators decides as progress bolts forward, those muskets turned AKs could barrel ahead, that it's just easier to take stock of dead children instead of triggering legislator needed for the last 100 years. And that's the dichotomy between man, him, and the just another statistic, just another 300, 500, 1,000 angry young men, just another collar prank or not. The man on the other line saying, I have a gun. I've never felt fear like I have back in October when lockdowns stop becoming drills and it hits me, the nail right on the hammer's head, that there's a time and a place to send those I love yous and there's no time like the present, so I'm kneeled under my desk when it happens. 2 boys next to me are giggling like schoolgirls, whispering which girl they'd give back shots. I never learned backfires from bullet shots, and I'm worried now that it's too late to find out the difference. Maybe for peace of mind, it's best if I don't know the difference. Maybe I'm the only one worried about this. Maybe being another statistic in an ABC article, the length of this poem is the best that it gets. Sometimes I wonder if the next time my body touches bullet, whether it'll be the memento of a man who loved his craft, or the hate of metal shot straight from my heart, whether that be because of the man I choose to love, the gender I don't choose to be, or maybe I'm just unlucky. Maybe I'm just in the wrong place in the wrong time, but is it so much to ask for that the wrong place, the wrong time, isn't my own classroom so wrong that I believe I'm more than just some DC lobbyist, so wrong that I don't want to be just another statistic, so wrong that the gunman I wish to remember is the man in the moon, the man who sculpted each one of his bullets like clay, the man who shot for passion, not hate, the man that placed a shared art form in my hand, not the man that puts the bullet in my head.
Good stuff, good stuff. Also, I want to give a shout out to Julie Carta for being our photographer today. Raise your hand. You're getting all the right angles. It's great. Killing it out here. All right. Yeah, the judges are ready. Judge 1 is 9.5. Judge 2 is 9. Judge 3 is 9. Judge 4 is 8.9. Judge 5 is 8.9. And Judge 6 is 8.8. You all seem so scared to clap. All right, we're up to our next poet now. Yeah. Thank you. Our next poet for tonight is Sebastian.
It has also been a really long time since I have done poetry, and this poem is called Not Your Problem Till Someone You Know Dies. Are you aware of meth cartels? How about how many students have done meth? Are you aware of marijuana? How about how many students have done marijuana? Are you aware how many students vape? If you aren't, sit in a bathroom for long enough. Are you aware of the drug issue we face? You aren't, are you? Out of pocket, out of mind, hey, it's not my problem until someone I know dies. For me, it was my grandfather, too many pills and now he's gone. For McDaniel, we had Olivia and Griffin, laced pills and now they're not here. Us McDaniel students know it's not a joking matter. We as a community have suffered, but hey, it's not your problem till someone you know dies. You can come back and yell at me, say that I jinxed you and your whole family, but just know I was the one who stood in front of this microphone and said, are you aware of how many people are dead? How many were hospitalized? A mother's embrace on her son who almost had met death in the face? That image remains in my mind. Are you aware of the anxiety we have? Can't buy no drugstore pills, fentanyl poisoning on the rise? Hey, it's not your problem till someone you know dies. This stuff is triggering. People have died, I get it. But when are y'all gonna realize it is your problem even before someone you do know dies? I'm sorry for your loss, that's what I was told. Attempted suicide. How many more times am I gonna have to hear attempted suicide? Every single time I read those words over a news headline, I wanna cry. And it's a constant reminder that it's not your problem until someone you know dies. That shouldn't be the case in my eyes. Desensitized. I see families torn apart over border control, living in these ghettos gentrified. Drum Kingdom got them hypnotized, and all I'm hearing is a bunch of attempted suicide. How many more people need to die? Is this going to be another episode of history repeating before my eyes? AIDS epidemic, opioid epidemic. Those old enough to know feel what I'm saying. I'm not old enough to know the feeling of HIV, but I'm living in my own damn time, and fentanyl is on the rise. It's not just fentanyl, let me admit, and I'm not hating on nobody making a living. I'm educated. I know the struggle. Drug dealers and their people who are just trying to get past tomorrow. Are we relying on signs, though, while fentanyl is on the rise? This should be a thing when y'all realize it's everyone's struggle, just like it was back in 1989. Do I need to roll out another quilt for y'all to see? You guys have to be a blind. There's just no way you're letting me and my friends walk death row right now, but hey, it's okay. We got our signs, our 50 new bike lanes, our 50 new sculptures in the middle of downtown. Let's just ignore buildings are completely torn down. Our 50 new apartment complexes that nobody can afford because rent's so high. But hey, not your problem till someone you know dies.
Thank you, Sebastian. One more round of applause. I also want to give a shout out to Isabel Matthews. Where are you? Raise your hand. They're a timekeeper, superstar for tonight. I'm going to call everyone a superstar. So just because you all are. All right. First judge is 9. Judge 2 is 8. Judge 3 is 7.2. Judge 4 is 8.2. Judge 5 is 8. Judge 6 is 7.4. Yeah, you can clap now. All right. Four. Is this you? Is this you? Okay. Well, our next poet for tonight is Harley.
This poem is a little shorter, but I really hope you take the time to go look into the things that I talk about in it, because they're only touched upon for a moment, but they're so important. Hashtag free the nipple. It's so unfair women have to wear bras. Ah, yes, the biggest tragedy. Bras. Not the missing and murdered Indigenous women, even though I hear more about them going missing than I do their accomplishments. Indigenous women aren't the only ones who are glossed over. Did you know black women are more likely to go missing than anybody else? I bet you didn't. You don't like intersectional feminism because it is covered in the same melanin of the women being held at the border, all for wanting a better life. An 8-year-old migrant girl at the border was in desperate need of medical help. She was denied and she died. An estimated 60 to 80% of migrant women are raped at the US-Mexico border. Borders don't just separate and kill on the American continent. In Palestine, there are borders set up by Israel to keep aid out. Women in Gaza are using tent scraps as pads. They are leaving a river of tears and blood. In those same tents, they are losing their babies at the beginning of the year. Miscarriages were up 300%. Congolese women are mining the very cobalt in your cell phones. A silent Holocaust. Sudanese women are living in fear as the civil war rages on. In Mexico, women have been protesting against the constant femicide, and you have stayed silent. When will women get to stop screaming? Holding up signs begging to live. Hiding behind anything, taking care of children they aren't sure they will see alive tomorrow. Bleeding out of every crevice with nothing but their own tears and blood to clean up after themselves. Why did you only care once it affected you? Yes, abortions are important, but you can't save women who are already dead.
All right.
Oh my God.
Next, we're going to give a shout out to Kelly Gomes. Overall being, wait for it, a superstar, an all-star for tonight. Thanks for being here. Thanks for helping out. You know, someone has to do it. It's been almost 20 years now, so you do it the best. All right. Judge number 1 score is 9.8. Judge 2 is 9.6. Judge 3 is 9. Judge 4 is 7.7. And Judge 5, 8.7. Judge 6, 8.5. All right, our next poet of tonight. Thank you. Bo.
I don't have this memorized, and it's not perfect technically, but it matters a lot to me, and I think it'll matter a lot to you guys too if you listen and pay attention. So, I am my mother's daughter. I was raised with the same take nothing from nobody but your mother attitude. I was raised right. And I am proud of that fact. I am proud of my mother, of the fact that I inherited her thick skin. Every petty roll goes down my back like the elbow grease she put in to put me where I am today. I am my mother's daughter. Her brown hair and short physique passing down to me like the intelligence and strength she passed down to me as well. I am my mother's daughter. Quick to give a glare or raised eyebrow when something isn't right. Easy to keep it light-hearted. I am my mother's daughter. And every moment of her sacrifice and work is pursed down to me, an ultimate legacy I feel lucky to receive, even if all the pressure she put on herself is put down to me too. I am my mother's daughter. Years of blood, sweat, and tears to get me here. Sacrifices I can't imagine making. Risks I can't imagine taking. Moments of movement I never got to see. That's my mother's legacy. I am my mother's legacy. I am my mother's daughter. And I put in the work to be. She keeps my head above the water when I can't breathe. When I am under the water of her legacy, now passed down to me. I am my mother's daughter. Even if I will never live up to her, never live up to her name, at least I have her in my life. At least I have her name in my life. With every word I speak, every syllable, she's in my life. I am my mother's daughter. Her blood is in my blood, interchangeably, forever. I am my mother's daughter.
Now, I want to give a shout out to Frank Dadula. Raise your hand. TV services in the back, doing the magic. Also known as a superstar. Rock star. Okay. All right. Judge number 1, 8.8. Judge 2, 9.2. Judge 3, 7. Judge 4, 8.4. Judge 5, 6. And Judge 6, 7.5. All right. How many more? All right. 3. Next poet of tonight is Lena.
So this is called Reasons to Write. I hope you like it. I write to share my ever-expanding emotions, to allow people a window into my soul, to let them feel my anger, fear, excellence, and pride. I write for my ancestors, my culture, and my namesakes whose footprints I strive to fill. For my mother who is like cracked glass, one more worry and she'll shatter. For my brother and his scholarship, a GPA staying afloat through hard work and endless hours of studying. I write so I won't get lost in his shadow. I write for my religion, symbols and representations, colors and stereotypes. I write to the beat of our songs and lyrics. I write to honor the words of my predecessors with their stories passed down from generation to generation. I write to explain the indescribable beauty of welcoming sunrises and see you tomorrow sunsets. I write for withering roses on a stifling hot summer day, for faded out photo albums filled with pictures and pages. I write for those who led revolutions in STEM, literature, and art. For intelligence, persistence, I write for Katherine Johnson, Marie Curie, Agatha Christie, and all women who helped pave the roads we walk on today. I write for girls who know a whistle signifies danger. For girls who are told to cover their shoulders because they are at fault for the prying eyes. For girls who are told to say thank you for being broken down, attached to strings used and borrowed, silenced and caged in. I write for girls who stay quiet. I write for the men who hold back tears, for the men who are called too feminine, for men who are taught to worship toxic masculinity, bow down and pray they meet its standards. I write for them. I write for my friends who lived life through a lagging computer screen, for high school graduates who transitioned into college with only a box to represent them. I write so I don't forget hybrid, indoor-outdoor school, standing up and dancing halfway through science class and trying to figure out what people looked like under their masks. I write to remember. The amazing thing, though, is that out of all these motives, the biggest reason I write is simply because I can.
All right. Now, everyone, are we enjoying ourselves tonight? Good stuff. Now, events like this cannot be done without volunteers, the judges, the math folks, the people who keep time, fishbowl person, and then, of course, the best person, me. We can't do it without volunteers, without you, okay? So if you have any talents or if you have any time that you want to contribute and volunteer, please talk to Nancy Sullivan, and she'll be able to guide you to the right place. Round of applause again. All right. Now for the scores, Judge 1, it's a 9. Judge 2, 8.5. Judge 3, 8. Judge 4, 9.1. Judge 5, 8.2. Judge 6, 8.7. Good stuff.
In the brand new building. Just saying.
That's over there. I'm sorry. All right. The next poet of tonight is Miguel Navarro.
I was raised by challenges. So mentally, physically, spiritually, balanced all of it. Give to the grind, and the grind will give back eventually. Type of mentality. I was raised by challenges. Some tests, no rest, and not to mention stress. But I'm slow and meticulous. What you give is what you get, sort of mindset. I was raised by challenges. Some earned me stars, and some earned me scars. Talk about the damages. But I had that, I'm God's personal work of art, short of charm. I was raised by challenges. What you earn is no. I was raised by challenges. Some in vain, no result or gain. What you earn is no accident. There's no success without mistakes. Kind of race. I was raised by challenges. Some family, morality, through God more advantages. Walk by faith, not by sight. Kind of life. I was raised from challenge. Some cost me, but taught me skills over talent. Because of pain, I was able to gain. Because of challenge, I was able to change. Now that's my strength.
All right. After this, we have 2 more poets of tonight, our first round, and then we'll go into an intermission, but I think we're going to take some pictures with all the alumni first. So remember that. Don't go running. If you're an alumni, please stay here. Do not run from us. All right. Judge 1, 8.2. Judge 2, 8.8. Judge 3, 8. Judge 4, 8. Judge 5, 7.5. Judge 6, 7.8. All right. For our next poet, Princess.
Hi, can you hear me? All good? Okay. You know, life. Life where I reside and strife, where I question home in my high life. My decisions leading up to now is I scream pro-life, but what am I in it for? You know, what's the purpose? What does the significance hold? The treasure this world carries, this life, its beauty continually spread, constantly alive. Because I've cried, I've laughed, and danced in all of its glory. But you know, one last time, I'll cry out, hoping someone's listening. Not gleefully, because I'm not glistening. My voice is quivering, and it's tiring, and it's dragging and pulling, just weighing me down. Life where I should reside seems too far for my reach. Too far to wish it back to me. Because I'm lifed out. As it's starting and sounding, and the worthiness is reclining, now frowning. To be left with yourself, to have lost all control, to be strong and it's seen, to know your strength alone is weak, to know your light is dimmed. But you're good at being good, and I feel for you. I feel for you as your pain radiates. And I understand because maybe you just haven't ate, but I feel for you because I know you want me to. Guys, third person's easy, but listen in, because there's something I've loved to dream. To dream I will find and have is mine. You know, a love and full heart, a line without a stars in their prime. But here I am, stuck in songs along the lines of evergreen, you didn't deserve me. Where my broken heart lies, what my ear finds comfort in as I myself cry. For my sorrow has now been wrapped with the warmth engulfing me. As the tears roll down one after the other, just to be gone, redesigned with a convincing smile in its place, to realign the pain to a now-covered masterpiece, which is not blind to the boulder I bind to a little girl's weak shoulders, so now she's tired. And I'm tired also. Tired from looking through the blur, which has me burned, paralyzed, better off alone, scared. 'Cause truthfully, that love and full heart is not a promise made to me by word. As it's reoccurred to me, this dream is far out of my please reach. Thank you.
All right, I think we have one last poet for tonight. All right. Judges, you ready? All right. Judge 1 is 8.9. Judge 2 is 8. Judge 3 is 9.4. Judge 4 is 8.9. Judge 5 is 7. And Judge 6 is 8.2. Guys, it's not the last poem of tonight, just this round. All right, our last poet for this round is Rose.
Hello there. Before I get started, throughout the night, I've noticed that most of the poems have been about ongoing stuff around the world. I'm just going to stay forward. Mine is not about any of that. My poem is called What is Love? Noun, a profoundly tender, passionate affection often mingled with sexual desire for another person. That's the definition according to Google, but that just doesn't sit right with me. To me, the definition of love is thinking about someone and wishing they were there with you, not just when you're alone and bone. Sorry, I'm very scared. Not when you're just alone and bored, but when you're also having a great day and you want them to be there to share that moment with you. When you're having a very terrible day and you want them to be there because you trust them and love them enough to be vulnerable. To me, the definition of love is when you stay up until 1 a.m, having hours be passed, but only thinking it was a few minutes, and when you look at the clock, you both just laugh. To me, love is sending good morning and good night texts so they know that they're the first thing you think of when you wake up and the last thing you think of when you fall asleep. To me, love is when you send, I know you're asleep, but paragraphs, just so they know that you're thinking of them even when they're not there and they have something to smile to when they wake up. Love to me is when you write silly little notes and you try to hide them in their bag when you think they're not looking, but they actually are, but they let you get away with it anyways. Love to me is taking silly glances at them, hoping you don't get caught. Love to me is making them laugh whenever you can, because no matter what their laugh may sound like, it's the prettiest and loveliest sound you've ever heard, and you want to be able to pause that moment and rewind it for memories and memories and memories, knowing that it's ringing in your ears, whether you heard it a day or a year later, but it's still in the back of your mind playing, and you never want it out of your head. Love is the sweet, absent-minded touches that you might give them when you're sitting too close to your knees graze, or if you're walking by and it's just a simple graze of the shoulder. Love is when you can see them dressed up all fancy with their hair up and done and thinking, God, you are the most stunning person I've ever seen. But it's also when you see them in their comfy clothes with sweatpants and a sweatshirt, and their hair might be up, or they have no makeup on, or maybe it's makeup from the night before that they couldn't be bothered to take off, but still thinking they are stunning like a Greek god. Love is something that you don't have to convince them to know, and you don't have to say it with your words, but they know it in your actions and how you talk to them, and talk about them when they're not there, and how you look at them and they see it in your eyes. It's when you can look at them and not speak a word, but everything just finally makes sense, like the stars have aligned. There's no confusion and no questions, but no answers either. It's just you and them, just that moment, and the love you can feel, see, and hear without a second thought. Thank you.
All right. Now, that was great. They also recovered, which is great. I think a couple of us, a lot of the alumni, experience being on stage saying our poems for the first time, our second time, our fifth time, and getting a little bit nervous. But the main thing is getting back up there, restarting, and just being as passionate and as brave as you can be. So I want to give you another round of applause for that. All right, so Judge 1 is 8. Judge 2 is 7.8. Judge 3 is 6.7. Judge 4 is 8.7. Judge 5 is 6, and then Judge 6 is 7.4. All right. Now, we're going to have our intermission. So stay around the area. Please don't go anywhere. And again, all the alumni, let's please stay right here for a moment so we can take a picture and go take a break. And we got snacks in the corner, and enjoy. All right, everybody, are we ready for the second round? Are we ready to see who's made it to the second round? Now, I want to start off with saying a couple things. Regardless of who's the top 5, everyone is brave and bold for coming up here and saying their stuff and being brave and sharing their poetry with us. That takes courage, and I appreciate it. Now, we've heard a lot of great poems today, but we have some scores to we did some scoring over there with the math folks. Math folks, raise your hand again. Let's give them a round of applause. They did hard work. Again, and we had some great snacks today. Well, better, yeah. You know, I had a Crustable. It was the first time I had a Crustable in like 15 years, and I don't know. I almost stole yours. So, you know, I don't know if I could get them myself, but I like stealing from others. So, that's a vibe. Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna name off the top 5, and if you can, possibly everyone who. Even if you didn't make it to the next round, please stay. We have a great vibe tonight. Listen to the other poetry and see who's going to be the winners and going to represent us in Portlandia. Okay, so Verslandia. My bad. All right, so in no particular order, I'm going to read off the top 5. So, got Ken. Yeah. Huh? Ren, sorry. Ren. Lena. Princess. Lady X. And number 5 is Harley. So the names are going back in the bowl, and randomly we're going to start this night out again. Do you want to choose for me? All right, go for it. Okay, I'm doing your job now. All right. I didn't mean it like that. Don't get me in trouble. I'm sure she can still change my grade. So, all right, first person of the second round, Harley.
Want to make this shorter for me? Okay. My next poem is a lot sillier. I thought I'd lighten the mood a little. And I hate to bring another poem about how I couldn't think about anything to write or whatever, but I love necklaces. Dainty, chunky, single, stacked, and around your wrist. Necklaces can inspire an outfit or bring one together. They can also bring people together. Oh my God, I love your necklace. Thanks, my mom made it. You know, that's how I made a new friend. And on Tuesday night, I texted him asking for an idea for this poem. You know, my dad won a poetry contest with nothing but a single piece of paper that had a single period on it. I think I'd cry if I went on stage with a single piece of paper with nothing on it. No, there was a single period. All that is to say, I'm happy I'm up here with a phone that has words and writing, and also poetry is kind of dumb. I know, an insane statement from me of all people, but it makes me wonder why poetry exists. What qualifies as poetry? I've seen people online read and write poetry. I've read books full of it, and obviously I've written some. After all that, I still don't know. Is it a bunch of fancy words put together? Is it just a funky way of telling stories? Maybe an offbeat song? Word vomit? A way of expressing emotions? It could be all of the above and nothing at all. I've heard poems about everything you could think of. Losing someone you love, your pet, a trip to the beach, a singular flower, meeting new people, social issues, falling in love. And yet I couldn't think of anything to write. I kept trying to come up with anything, but in the end, I had nothing to do but text my friend. You know, the guy with the really cool necklace. I think I'll buy one. Maybe I'll even wear it around my wrist. Maybe I'll write a poem about it. Maybe I'll tell cool necklace guy that there's a poem about him. Maybe there's a poem about you. Maybe there's a poem about me. Maybe there never will be one. Maybe I'll delete all of this and start again.
Thank you, Harley, starting us off. All night. Hey, okay, Clyde. No. You guys aren't ready for that. All right. Judge 1, 9.2. Judge 2, 9.5. Judge 3, 7.5. Judge 4, Judge 4, 7.5. Judge 5, 7.5. Judge 6, 6.5. You don't know this, but the booze just empower them, okay? It makes them stronger. And our next poet for tonight is Lena.
I'm not gonna find this, I'm so sorry. Thank you. This poem is called I Am a Girl. I am a girl. A girl made from books bought on a whim. A girl made from long car rides filled with conversations and arguments, and singing the lyrics to Wagon Wheel and American Pie. I am a girl. A girl made from 2 religions, 2 parents, 2 cats, eventually 1 parent and 3 cats. I am a girl with patches of each place, each person, and each memory stitched into her. Worn and faded from years of use, mediocrely folded and thrown into the storage closet with camping chairs and that moss green mattress pad. I am a girl with no idea how she got her freckles and ginger hair. A girl with a brother who raised his voice to the point where she was afraid. who would yell like the world had failed him, all in front of her, oblivious to her deep breathing techniques and the way she flinched when it got too loud. A girl with a brother who taught her how to punch in the unfinished basement with his old gloves, and the bag that had fallen from the aged beam it hung on. A girl with the brother who taught her about inverse operations, drove her home from school, and explained her homework to her at the table with Sharpie and scissor marks etched into it. A girl with a brother who was sweet in the right settings. I am a girl made from intelligence and fear, a girl made from stories concocted in her mind, a girl made from anxiety that dragged her down and a best friend that picked her back up. I am a girl with an impeccable mask.
Thank you very much. Our next announcement. All right, do we have any of the t-shirts, or can someone show me their t-shirt we have? Look at all these groovy t-shirts. All right. These t-shirts were designed and printed in-house by Randy Maves and his graphic design students. You can buy one in the library for $10 whole, and that's a very good price. So, who's gonna buy me a t-shirt? Okay, no one. Never mind. Ready? Oh, that's why she's a superstar. All right, so first judge, 8.6. Judge 2, 7.8. Judge 3, 8.5. Judge 4, 8.3. Judge 5, 9. Judge 6 is 7.9. All right. Oh no. Oh. All right. So our next poet of the night is Lady X.
Love. Ooh, what it means to be loved by you. Not sure if it was real, but I'd be a fool if I said I didn't feel it too. Black love. That black love you can only get from a black man whom through God can do all things but first. Why'd it end? Why did you have to leave so suddenly, begin this long line of torment, trying to figure out if I should reach out and text? How many texts is enough? What did I do wrong? Call your bluff. Oh, to be loved by you, it's not always secure, but it's something. Oh, to be loved by you. You say I'm young, but I'm ready, but my age is a problem. I'm too young, or maybe I'm too immature, so maybe it was me. Maybe in the next lifetime, we'll meet in better circumstances. You say I'm too much, but I'm just enough. It hurts, but it feels so good to be loved by you. Maybe in the next lifetime, I'll be old enough, mature enough, down to earth enough to smoke a joint with you. Oh, what a prize. Oh, how good it feels to be loved by you. Not sure if it was love, but I'd be a fool to say I didn't feel it too. Maybe I was the only one. Maybe that's why it was so easy for you to just go. Not a word, not a read message, just go. Nevertheless, it feels so good to be captivated by you. I felt like I met my match. In that small period of time, I was graced with one that is divine. Our talks we would have, whether you were high or not, were full of bliss. Although high on a cloud with you now, I'm falling down. I'll be caught in the bundle of love, caught by the wind, but it felt so good to be loved by you.
Another announcement. If you're an artist and interested in doing design work for events like these, see Miss Sullivan in the library. Round of applause. All right. Judge 1, 8.4. Judge 2, 8.8. Judge 3, 9.2. Judge 4, 9.2. Judge 5, 9.2. Judge 6, 8.4. All right. One more round of applause for Fishbowl Lady. No one does a job like her. All right, so Princess, you're up next.
I'm tired of opening these eyes, for I sigh every fight I can't overcome, for my might is too weak, for the plights my mind astray, so I quit. I give up the fight and sit contemplating lonely nights where I'd cry, holding my heart in my very palms. You know, pouring every bit of my soul, my self-doubt, self-imperfection, my hate, my deepest, darkest parts, all gone with a cart, you know, or at least I wish I could. I wish I could hate myself to an end, hate myself for everything myself is, my arms, lips, and hips, the warmest of my thoughts or my words leaving with a lisp, if you haven't noticed. As I stumble through the obstacles and walls and the deep waters and the large waves of my unconscious call for help. So I cry, I plead, I say bye, I write, and I cry again, because far behind the skies, my savior whose spy stays shy to finding me and my ever engulfing happiness, because I'd lie. And it's a shame, so I'd sigh, because I need a why. A why for my hurt, the hurt piercing me, making it harder every time to say I'm tired. Tired of this life where I wish I could just be done, but, you know, not dead. Because I don't want to die, I just want peace. I want to find peace, where I'd sit alone with my thoughts, because I once said a single tear lies within on the prettiest of names ever heard. So I'm quiet when I go home, because I'm on my own. In another cave my mind built around me, so sorry I can't find the way out, because there's no road back home. You know, there's no highs, no hugs from mom, no I'll miss you, no I'm proud of you. It's just me, my voice, my value, my pain, and that darkness that complements it all. And you know, as I stand here with my words written and romanticize, you'll snap and applaud, and that'll be all. So hear me when I tell you all. I'm tired of opening these eyes, but for it all I recall, I can still hold myself up tall. Thank you.
All right. I do not know this song at all. Sade? Sade? Oh, okay. Yeah. I'm sorry. All right. Judge 1 is 8.6. Judge 2 is 8.5. Judge 3 is 9.5. Judge 4 is 9.4. Judge 5 is 9. Judge 6 is 9. All right. Last poet of tonight. Are we ready? Ken, are we ready? You ready? Yeah.
Hi, I'm Ken. I'm sorry, I know that my handwriting is nothing short of atrocious. I don't blame you. If you're not hollow in your belly or feel bile in your throat, can you even call yourself sick? Dear starvation, I am sick of writing about you. It feels like a cop-out, demoting myself to an illness I recovered from a year ago, telling my peers I'm writing about an old friend, so when the inevitable vomit spit rises in my mouth again and I can't find the words to make something meaningful, I turn to you. Always you, dear starvation. It sounds stupid, but maybe I should finally listen to my body. After all, there's a first time for everything, and although denial's a fun word to rhyme, maybe DIY recovery didn't do me as well as I thought. Orange slices and yoga mats and not... And not scraping the back of my tonsils is fun for the first few months, but my belly is full of bile and calories are starting to burn holes in my throat. Dear starvation, I'm telling you, I've been recovered for a year now, yet looking at friends' lunches is making my head illuminate with numbers again. Measuring tapes are making me manic. Doctors' offices are filling me with panic. Harder and harder to remind myself that energy drinks for breakfast aren't on my meal plan. The times I'm not sick, I feel more empty than if I was. Last night, I ate my words for dinner instead of my mother's cooking. Poetry can sustain for a meal tonight. You don't need it anyways. Dear starvation, hearing relapse is part of recovery just makes me want to seek it out even more. Why am I the one to tell kids that it gets better? It does get better. I know it does. I just need to find better again. But belly of bile, belly of air, belly of sweet nothings. How can I give myself as an example of the right thing to do when I'm following hunger pains with more desire than the nutrients that keep this heart beating? I don't know how to write poetry as warning signs instead of gospel verses. How to tell people this isn't something to be desired. How to fill my role as the ideal example when I don't know if I ever fully recovered myself. It's easy to say that having skin so opaque you can see your bones is nothing to take pride in. It's harder to believe those words myself. Dear starvation, relapse can be recovered from too. Give me time to remember that.
Beautiful, beautiful. All right. So it's time. Oh, well, let's do the scores first. All right. Judge number 1 is 8.9. Judge number 2 is 8. Judge number 3 is 9.5. Judge number 4 is 8.6. Judge number 5 is 9.8. And judge number 6, 9.2. All right. Now the math geniuses, raise your hand. Oh, they're busy. I'm not going to tell them to do anything. It's now time to work on your final math magic and determine our first, second, and third place poets. Audience will be announcing them in just a few moments, so let's hang tight. All poets, please come to the stage for a photo, group photo. And, wait, sorry. I'm having trouble reading right now, sorry. But anyway, what I want to also do is give a big round of applause to Miss Sullivan in the back. She's done magic tonight, everyone here has, but giving her a special shout out. Also, I want to do a rolling round of applause, so don't stop clapping. I'm going to thank all the volunteers and all the poets for being here, so keep clapping. The math geniuses, the photographer, timekeeping, my favorite person, logistics and support, Miss Kelly Gomes, the videographer, and the host, of course, Nancy Sullivan. Next, what about me? It's all about me. This is just the Shava show. Our show, that's what Max said at least. But anyway, just keep in mind, first, second, and third place winners will represent McDaniel at Verselandia, the citywide poetry slam on Thursday, April 25th at 7 p.m. at the Arlene Schnitzer Concert Hall downtown. We're providing transport via bus from McDaniel that evening. So see Miss Sullivan if you want a ride and a free ticket. And if you've never been, it's an amazing experience, and we recommend everyone to attend. All right. Are we ready? All right. Or do you want to? All right. Third, second, and first. Okay. So, again, I want to thank you all for coming tonight. We're going to start third place. Lady X. Number 2, Princess. And number 1, Ken. And these are your winner for 2024. Give it a round of applause.
The Verselandia people want you to wear this around the building, which I think is, I don't know if you want to do that. But yeah, so okay, the three of you will get some pictures. Amazing. So let's get a picture with everybody.
Yep.
Let's get a picture with everybody. I need like Shaba and everything. So awesome, you guys.
Good job, everybody.
All right. Wait, will you be out here with me?
Oh, yeah, I'll be done.
Does somebody else want to be down here with us? Yeah, down here with us.
Yeah, we just started posing. No.
We're just posing. We're fun.
That's how I met
I fixed my problem.
Oh, my eyes are closed.
Yeah.
That's how I take pictures.
We're not doing funny ones.
Yeah.
No, we have to.
Yeah.